morning. I'm Josh Greiveldinger. It's April 6th, and I'm streaming to you from, frankly, a pretty dark place. What can I say? It's our first morning show, and I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Just how close are we to the apocalypse? Well, it's 9 a.m., and I'm on my second quarantini. That's half an ounce of dry vermouth, top off with equal parts vodka and despair. So to all of our viewers tuning in from under the covers and under the table, welcome to the lockdown. As always, we'll get started with the news you need to know. Honestly, not a lot has changed. The death toll continues to rise, and the federal government continues to say a lot but do very little. Recently, and without evidence, the president accused hospital workers of stealing ventilators and personal protective equipment. Now, I'm sure that's what his inclination would be, but what does he actually think people are going to do with a black market ventilator? Use it to fill balloons at a party they can't even have? Maybe the balloons are for a funeral. Brian Kemp, governor of Georgia, says he just found out last Thursday that people without symptoms could be contagious with COVID-19. I guess he doesn't watch the lockdown because I mentioned it a week and a half ago in our second episode. And health officials have been saying it for weeks before I decided to become internet famous. The U.S. Surgeon General Jerome Adams said that this week was going to be our Pearl Harbor or 9/11 moment. I hate to be an annoying fact checker, but we eclipsed Pearl Harbor numbers a week ago on March 29th. And the death toll in New York State alone is already more than 9/11. By the end of this week, we will have suffered losses double that of Pearl Harbor and 9/11 combined. If the scale of that tragedy is hard to comprehend, picture it this way. Every woman who gives herself quarantine bangs this week will have cut a hair for each person that has died. And yesterday, a tiger at the Bronx Zoo was diagnosed with COVID-19. When asked for comment, Tony the tiger replied, "That's not great," and said he will be working from home in the foreseeable future. And now let's take a look at the week ahead. Basketball is back. That's right. Tomorrow you can tune into ESPN2 for the quarterfinals of the NBA 2K20 Players Tournament. That's right, video game basketball played by real basketball players. Naturally, the writers of Black Mirror are upset they didn't think of the idea first. Although the people who were probably most upset are the NBA's actual professional video game players. Yes, they really exist, and the Minnesota Timberwolves are the current champions. New streaming service Quibi launches today. Their gimmick is streaming episodes that run 10 minutes or less. Too bad right now people need content that's 10 hours or more. At least that's what I tell myself when I look at my subscriber numbers. But if CEO Jeffrey Katzenberg is watching, my DMs are open, and my only job prospect is you. And a lot of Americans are trying to think of new quarantine activities. Many have plans to start reading that latest bestseller, but are actually going to spend that time scrolling through Instagram. They'll also be indulging in the latest food trend, ordering delivery just so you can talk to another human. Leave it by the door isn't that much, but it was exhilarating. And I'm sure the delivery driver was just as exhilarated, risking death so that I didn't have to. And we should really give some props to the introverts in our lives. They must be getting exhausted trying to come up with excuses not to attend people's Zoom parties. I know you didn't have somewhere else to be, Chris. They don't know how much fun they're missing. My new favorite party game is whose microphone is making that weird noise. It's like an Agatha Christie mystery. Who doesn't love dressing up and muting everyone one by one to solve the case? Well, that's our show. I hope I didn't start your week off too badly. Wash your hands, tip your delivery drivers, and for the love of America, please stay home.